Welcome back to WION World is One. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Hink Kaur Saroya, and here's what we've lined up for you on Speed News today. US National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has said that all NATO members need to be spending 2% of their GDP on defense by the next NATO summit, which is set for June. He said the United States fully supports NATO allies and Article 5 commitment, but it's time for European allies to step up. Waltz pointed out that a third of the NATO countries are still not meeting the 2% minimum spending, a commitment made a decade ago. President Donald Trump officially signed the commission to appoint Kash Patel as the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation hours after the US Senate confirmed his appointment in a 51-49 vote. The Senate has approved all of Trump's cabinet picks so far, underscoring his iron grip on the Republican Party. Patel, in a statement on X, said he was honored to become the FBI director, saying that the American people deserve an FBI that is transparent, accountable, and committed to justice. He went on to say that his mission as director is clear: let good cops be cops and rebuild trust in the FBI. He also issued a warning to those seeking to harm Americans, saying FBI will hunt you down in every corner of this planet. The Vatican has provided a health update on Pope Francis, claiming that his health condition improved slightly as he spent his 7th day in the hospital being treated for double pneumonia. According to Vatican spokesperson Matteo Bruni, Pope Francis has no fever and that his key heart parameters continue to be stable. Former Vatican official Cardinal Gianfranco has claimed that the pontiff may step down if pneumonia stops him from having a direct contact with the world's Catholics. Following a major crackdown on scam centers in Myanmar, 200 Chinese citizens suspected of involvement in such activities were repatriated to China on Thursday. This group is first to be sent back from Myanmar and were escorted by Chinese police. Before arriving in China, the suspects were first taken to Thailand's Mae Sot near the Myanmar border. They were then flown back to China and on 4 chartered flights. According to China's Ministry of Public Security, more than 800 other Chinese fraud suspects are expected to be repatriated in the coming days. A US flight carrying 135 deportees from third countries landed in Costa Rica as part of an agreement between the local government and the Trump administration. Costa Rican President Rodrigo said it has agreed to receive migrants from different countries and help their powerful economic brother in a bid to avoid taxes on its exports. The deportees will stay at a migrant shelter before being flown to their respective countries. The United States and Venezuela collaborated on Thursday to repatriate 177 Venezuelan migrants from Guantanamo Bay. The migrants were flown to Honduras and then transferred to a Venezuelan state airline flight which landed outside Caracas. Venezuelan Interior Minister Cabello greeted the migrants at the airport, stating they would undergo health checks and those with pending charges would face court proceedings. The deportees included 126 people with criminal charges, all convictions, 80 of whom were allegedly affiliated with Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, a Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said, adding that 51 migrants had no criminal record. China National Petroleum Co. has made history by completing the deepest vertical well in Asia, reaching an impressive depth of 10,910 meters in the northwestern desert of China. The well known as Shendetate-1 is a scientific exploration project, and according to reports, the well is designed to advance the study of the Earth's evolution and deep Earth geology. The vertical well, the second across the world, also made other engineering breakthroughs globally, including the deepest liner cementing deepest wireline imaging logging and fastest onshore drilling. In India's Karnataka, police arrested a madrasa teacher in Bengaluru on charges of brutally assaulting young girls studying at the institution over minor mistakes. The arrested individual, identified as Mohammad Hassan, was arrested on the 17th of February after parents lodged a complaint. The CCTV footage, which has gone viral on social media, showed the teacher slapping, kicking and beating minor girls. The parents of the victims have protested against the incident, demanding strict action against the accused. The newly inaugurated inland water transport terminal on the Brahmaputra River in Assam, India, is poised to revolutionize regional trade between India, Bhutan and Bangladesh. Opened on the 18th of February, this terminal will provide a more efficient and cost-effective route for Bhutanese exports to Bangladesh and India. According to Bhutan's Minister of Industry, Commerce and Employment, the terminal will transform regional trade, providing a faster and more reliable transportation of goods. Students from Nepal who had left Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology in Bhubaneswar following the tragic death of a Nepali girl on campus have started returning. An institution official has said, as per Dr. Shyam Sundar Behura, additional registrar of the KIIT University, students from Nepal have begun returning and a dedicated control room has been set up to connect with the parents as well. Israel has said that one of the 4 bodies returned by Hamas on Thursday does not belong to Rubiales. Israel's military has said that it is a severe violation of the ceasefire deal. The Israeli military said that it confirmed that 2 of the bodies belong to Bibas's children, Ariel and Kafir. However, specialists at Abu Kabir Forensic Institute were not able to identify the body, said to be of Shiri, as it did not match any of the hostages. Israel has now asked Hamas to return her body, accusing it of handing over the body of an unknown person. The IDF has informed the Bibas family that the bodies of Ariel and Kafir had been identified after their remains were given to Israel by Hamas on Thursday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu orders intensive operation in the West Bank after 3 buses exploded in central Israel without causing any reported injuries. 3 devices detonated on buses in the city of Bat Yam on Thursday evening, and 2 others were being defused, according to police, with Israel's defense minister accusing Palestinian terrorist groups of being behind the blasts. A large number of police were deployed to search for suspects after the suspected terror attack. The police force said in a statement, Israeli media said that bus drivers countrywide had been asked to stop and inspect their vehicles for additional explosive devices. Defense Minister Israel Katz said he ordered the military to intensify operations to thwart terrorism in West Bank refugee camps, particularly Tulkaram. According to reports, Google is making a major move in its retail strategy. The tech giant is reportedly planning to open its first physical store outside the United States, and it's chosen India as the location. This marks a significant expansion for Google, which currently only has 5 stores globally, that too only in the United States. Google counts India as a key growth market where it is committed to investing around $10 billion. The move mirrors Apple's successful retail approach, showcasing its products directly to consumers. Apple has around 500 retail stores worldwide. India's electric vehicle revolution is accelerating according to a report from the India Energy Storage Alliance. A staggering 28 million EVs will be on Indian roads by 2030. In India, EV sales surpassed 4.1 million units in financial year 2024 to 2025. The report forecasts that two-wheelers will dominate the market, accounting for 83% of the sales, followed by four-wheelers at 10% and commercial vehicles at three-wheelers making up the remaining 7%. India's commitment to decarbonization, coupled with the government's incentives and rising consumer interest, is driving this impressive growth in the EV sector. AI chipmaker NVIDIA, along with research partners, have created what they call the largest AI system yet for biological research. The new AI system, called Evo 2, can read and design genetic code across all forms of life. Scientists are hopeful that such AI technology will dramatically accelerate research by spotting patterns in vast amounts of data that would normally take years to analyze by hand. The system has been trained on nearly 9 trillion pieces of genetic information taken from over 128,000 different organisms, including bacteria, plants, and humans. In early tests, it accurately identified 90% of potentially harmful mutations, a gene linked to breast cancer. Scientists say this could help develop more precise treatments, including gene therapy that not only targets specific cells, US President Donald Trump has urged Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba to support a $44 billion Alaska LNG project. He pitched it as a way to reduce Japan's reliance on West Asian energy and balance trade ties. Trump and his team highlighted the project's strategic benefits, avoiding critical shipping choke points and reducing Asian dependence on Russian gas. While Japan voiced cautious optimism, it did not include the project in official readouts. The push aligns with broader U.S. efforts to strengthen economic ties with allies like South Korea and Taiwan through energy security, making Japan a key hub for U.S. LNG in Asia. Japan's core consumer inflation surged to 3.2% in January, its fastest pace in 19 months. This reinforces expectations of further interest rate hikes by the Bank of Japan. The rise exceeding forecasts pushed bond yields higher as markets priced in a more aggressive tightening stance. While services inflation slowed, stubbornly high food and energy prices kept overall inflation elevated. With inflation surpassing the Bank of Japan's 2% target for nearly 3 years, Governor Kazuo Ueda remains open to more rate hikes, especially if wage growth continues. Economists now anticipate another rate increase, likely in the third quarter, to 0.75%. Oil prices extend gains, headed for a 3% weekly rise. This comes after falling U.S. gasoline and distillate inventory signaled strong demand, while supply risks in Russia added further support. Concerns over a potential peace deal between Russia and Ukraine easing sanctions on Moscow faded, prompting renewed market buying. Meanwhile, a Ukraine drone strike disrupted Russia's Caspian pipeline consortium flows, though Kazakhstan managed record oil output despite the damage. Uncertainty over geopolitical tensions and supply constraints continues to drive oil market volatility. Former Spanish football chief Luis Rubiales has been found guilty of kissing player Jenny Hermoso without her consent after the Women's World Cup final in 2023. Spain's High Court has fined Rubiales, but he has not been given a jail term. He's been fined approximately $10,000 and has also been asked to stay at least 200 meters away from Hermoso for 1 year and refrain from contacting her for the same period. Prosecutors have sought a 2.5-year prison sentence for Rubiales, though he has been acquitted of other charge of coercion related to the incident. The official trailer for the upcoming documentary special Matthew Perry, A Hollywood Tragedy, has been released. The film takes a deep dive into the life and legacy of beloved Friends star who passed away in October 2023. It explores his meteoric rise to fame, his struggles with addiction, which he openly discusses in his memoir, and the circumstances surrounding his final days. Featuring exclusive interviews, the special premieres on the 25th of February. Netflix has unveiled the trailer for its latest docuseries, American Manhunt, Osama bin Laden, helmed by Morlushi and Daniel Sivan. This 3-part series provides an in-depth look at the global mission to capture one of the most notorious terrorists in history. Through expert analysis and gripping storytelling, the series delves into how intelligence agencies, military forces, and world leaders work together to bring bin Laden to justice. The docuseries will air on the 10th of March. Award-winning actor and singer Cynthia Erivo is set to take on the role of Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl in April. Sharing the news on Instagram, she wrote, "Just a little busy this summer, can't wait." Spearheaded and choreographed by Tony Award winner Sergio Triello, the Stephen Arimas as a musical director. The production will run from the 1st to the 3rd of August. Global pop sensation Shakira has arrived in her hometown as part of her Latin America tour. The singer, who was briefly hospitalized in Peru last week due to abdominal issues, has recovered and is back to performing. Shakira, known for a deep connection to Barranquilla, thrilled fans with 2 electrifying shows before heading to Medellin and Bogota. She will travel across South America, Mexico, Canada, and the United States before wrapping up the tour in San Francisco at the end of June. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.